Frank, I got some big news. Are you ready for it?
Always, and not ready.
Oh, it has to do with this podcast. I don't know. You probably don't follow me on the internet, so I'm assuming you know nothing about any of this news.
It's more like I've been detached from the world for the last week, and that's why I'm detached from news. That's my excuse this time for not following you on the internet. Also, I thought you were off the internet, but okay. What's going on, James?
I'm off the internet, but on the YouTube, Frank. You know I'm always on the YouTube.
The YouTube is like the last place I like on the internet right now. So, hi YouTube if you're watching.
In fact, Frank, some might be watching on our new YouTube channel, Merge Conflict, its own YouTube channel, youtube.com/at Merge Conflict FM. What do you know? Because here's what happened, Frank. When we started doing these video recordings, I'm an audio type of person, but we pretty much always just have our video on because so we can synchronize anyways our audio and just it's better to like look at each other while we're doing this. So we decided
Sometimes.
yeah, I know I see your cat walk around and question what's in your background for the audience for our bonus podcast. But as an experiment, I wanted to see if anyone wanted to ever watch these podcast video, and I needed to put them somewhere. And YouTube, and we didn't record any of them for the longest time for 350 some odd episodes. We just never record the videos, only audio. And what ended up happening is YouTube released these YouTube podcasts. So you can create a playlist, which then you can put it into a podcast, and then it shows up in certain places, et cetera, et cetera. They have certain analytics. Amazing. So this similar like live and other stuff. There's a little podcast tab. So I was like, where am I going to put these? Well, I have my YouTube channel. I'll put them on my YouTube channel. I usually publish on Thursdays. This comes out on Monday. So bingo bango. And we've been doing that for half a year, and we get
Oh,
pretty good time. 1,000 views per episode. That's not bad.
I thought we were doing it for longer. I feel like we've been doing videos on the YouTube for longer. Okay, we gotta keep going. I want a few years under our belts. We gotta become YouTubers.
Yeah, we did a few live streams and then that was about it. So we had about
Mhm.
20 some or so in there. And yeah, right now around 19 is what we have. I just looking at it right now, the current playlist. So that was pretty good. And I did a survey though on my channel because I'm always publishing new videos and sometimes I don't publish a new video every week. So it's like I got 2 merge conflicts back to back. And I wanted to make sure that I was listening to my viewers of my channel, which many of them are from our listeners of this channel. So it kind of made sense to me in a way to keep them together in general. But of course, every person that watches my YouTube does not listen to our podcast, which I guess makes sense. So, Frank, here's what ended up happening. I did a survey, and there's a little survey built into YouTube community chat. And I said, hey, should I separate them or should I keep them together? So vote yes to separate them, create your own channel. No, keep them together. This is amazing. And 70% of people said, please separate the channels and keep separate
Okay.
entities. So that is what I have done, Frank Krueger. And it is now its own YouTube channel that follows you and follows me. And we have 177 subscribers so far, which is pretty cool.
Hello, 177 of you. Okay, cool. Happy to have our own channel. 70%, that's a tough one to make a decision on. I'm not the 50% kind of guy. Like 51%, no, you don't make any change. 75%, but 70%, cool. Hi everyone, welcome to the new channel then. It's good, yeah, because it's definitely different content than you normally have on your channel.
Yeah.
So that's um, we'll have to just advertise and make cool thumbnails and A/B test thumbnails now that we're a legit channel now. We have to do channel like stuff. Get a sponsorship. We should definitely get a cool also in addition to our also cool sponsorships. And
Yes. Now, the bummer is that I can't just like transfer the podcast from YouTube over. So what I had to do is like
yeah.
unlist the old one, make everything unlisted and then re-upload everything onto the new one. So now everything is there. It's an official podcast. I'll put links in the show notes if you're over there. But to kick it off, if you're on YouTube, and I will describe this, we're doing a little giveaway. All you got to do is be a subscriber to the new Merge Conflict channel and like one of this video or just this video, because if you're watching this video, you do this, right?
Fair enough.
So either last week's or this week's is fine. 372 or 373. You like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Anything you want. You like the podcast, anything like that. And anywhere in the world, I will send you this soundbite.fm, which is our podcast network, amazing bomb-proof mirror bag. It's a cool bag that you can put your devices in, and it's lined with waterproof. It's really, really nice. And inside of it is a bunch of swag for Merge Conflict and Soundbite FM, which are a bunch of stickers, a magnet, and a pin, and a lot more. I'll do that to one person anywhere in the world, and I will pick out 10 more people to send stickers to anywhere in the world. So 11 optional people that can win that in a giveaway. So that's all you got to do. If you're watching this video, like it, make sure you're subscribed to the channel on YouTube, and then leave a comment, and I will pick out people in the below by, I don't know, a week from now, or 2 weeks from now, or something like that. I don't know when, but I will do it. So
I feel like I have to be the PBS person to say that is a fantastic deal, James, because that is my favorite pouch that I've ever gotten out of you. James was kind enough to let me use one of these swag pouches, and I have been using it literally for years, and it is the greatest bit of swag on the planet. So everyone race to, what did you say? You have to give a like or something. Race or a comment to do that, because you want that pouch, I promise you.
yes, like, subscribe, leave a comment, all the things that you would do on YouTube. Yes, I have a few of them. In fact, I just sent them out to a bunch of our Patreon subscribers as well. Not that I'm asking for people to give us more money, but there's a lot of time. I literally spent hours today re-uploading, doing all this stuff. There's a lot of work in general. But yes, I sent it out to our US based Patreon subscribers because international shipment is very expensive. Hence, I'm doing one in general. But we did send out mugs to all of our
Yeah.
to all of ours, and it was like, I don't know, the bill was like $600 for shipping. It was wild. It was more than we made the
That
entire
sounds
year on
right.
Patreon. Yeah. Anyways, that's the big news. 7 minutes news of it. We're getting it out of the way. Get it out of the way. Clear it
Follow up.
out. Oof. I'm sorry, but that's just life news. And now, Frank, let's get to our biggest topic of the week, which is, for the first time in my entire existence, I downloaded and installed and used a nightly build of .NET. In fact, the .NET 8
Ooh.
RC.
Oh, it's the RC, the release candidate, is a nightly build right now. That's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if that
I,
counts, man. Like nightly means you're on the bleeding edge. That means like someone had too much coffee before they left work and they checked in and it technically builds, but it breaks everything. That's a nightly. That's a proper nightly build. But an RC, that feels like it has some quality assurance behind it.
well, what if I told you, Frank, that the nightly builds are actually not even nightly builds? They are builds of every PR into main, a new nightly.
Yeah.
I guess it's a PR build gets in there. And that's specifically at github.com/.net/installer. That's where I learned it existed because I had no idea. When you go there, you literally have under the table, there's a table below, and you have to add a, oh my gosh, there's .NET 9 builds. Oh, what? Oh my
Don't you
God.
dare. Don't you
Uh,
dare.
it's
It's
in
too early to
there.
talk about .NET 9. We're not
Oh
going
my
there.
God. Oh, they're on RC2.
I
I'm already late. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Right.
Okay. So
So James is talking about github.com/.net/installer, which I believe has been around for since ancient times, like since .NET 1 or something,
yeah.
because I remember the whole how are we going to distribute this new cool version of .NET wasn't fully settled by the Microsoft people. And for a while, there were just these binaries everywhere from the build servers, and you could always go get these binaries. I don't know if this is the exact same repo, but it has the same giant table of operating systems and versions that you would expect out of a giant dump out of a build server of .NET versions.
Yeah. It
macOS
is.
ARM64, baby. 9.0.100 dash alpha. That's what you want right there.
Yes. So here's what ended up happening. I don't know. Do you know about the new stuff that's happened into Blazor and .NET 8? The unified wildness. That's kind of awesome, but I'm also terrified, but also very excited at the
Oh,
same time.
I don't think I do. That's
So
interesting.
previously how in .NET 7 and .NET 6 and .NET 5 and .NET Core, when you had a Blazor app, you either had a Blazor server app or a Blazor WebAssembly app.
Ah, very good. I get where you're coming from. Okay, cool. Yep.
And you would have to make that decision. Of course, you could swap between the two models. Now, there is just one Blazor app. It's called a Blazor web app. And every component you mark with an assembly attribute that says this component is server rendered or client rendered, which is very, very fascinating.
Interesting. Okay. Granularity. I like picking one or the other because I think it dictates your design a little bit of the application, but that's cool because it is a big decision to make up front. And you know me, I'm very much against upfront decisions. Every
Yes.
project should just be generic. So, on principle, I am 100% here for this. But on engineering practice, I think you should still kind of settle in your head if you're mostly static or if you're a mostly server based application.
And I'm assuming that they're going to have like a mode that says like always server, always WebAssembly. So like the standard, or else
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to really migrate easily between 7 and 8. But I was doing a beginner series on Blazor Hybrid for .NET MAUI, and I wanted to show how you could share a Razor class library between a Blazor app and a .NET MAUI Blazor Hybrid app. And apparently that didn't work in any version of .NET 8 Preview until RC1, where they added a new API that because the new model kind of broke it something
Oh,
before
new
in
model.
your new model
Right.
and maybe even broken in the old model until now. I'm not positive. But what ended up happening, no, they must have fixed it. I don't know, at least in the
Yeah.
new model. What ended up happening, and there's an issue about this, is that how it scans in this new model for the different components. Or previously, you would just add like additional assemblies, and it would look in your navigation hierarchy, and it would scan them and find all of them. Well, that doesn't really work in the new model. So they actually, in your startup code, you have to also identify here's the additional assemblies that it's in, and that API, because this was a bug up until RC1, which is when it was fixed in, it was added. So I got on the horn, as I do on the horn, with Mr. Dan Roth, and I was like, oh my gosh, because talking to John Galloway, I was like, this is broken. I don't know what's going on. He's like, oh, I saw a bug for this. I was talking to Dan about it. I got Dan on there, and Dan's the nicest guy in the world. I'm like, Dan, I don't know. He's like, you're gonna have to install the RC bits, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm like, how do I even do that? I was like, I don't even know how to do that. And he's like,
Yeah.
go to github.com/.net/installer. You literally have worked at Microsoft for 8 years, James. Sorry, Dan, I don't know anything about, apparently I don't know anything about .NET. If it's not installed with Visual Studio, I don't know what I'm doing. So I click this button, and these are not signed packages, right? So you get the
Oh.
download, and it's like, are you sure? And then it's like, are you really sure? Then Windows is like, are you really, really sure? And he's like, I wanted to let you know, I have no idea what's about to happen right now. He's like, Maui, is it going to work? I don't know. And I was like, I don't care. I got to finish this video, and then I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks, and you'll ship the real thing. Like, it's going to happen, right? I'm like, I'm out of here. And he's like, I'm like, let's do this. And he installed it. And he's like, all right, all you got to do is just go in and add the package configuration, like do this. And he's like, just put in your regedit. And it's like, and I'm like, oh my God, environment variable. It's like, blah, 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 blah. And then there's like, you can't attach a debugger because it's not signed. It's like, do this other thing, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, wow. It's like, oh my gosh. And you just follow this README, and it is bananas. And then I have a RC1 build just like running on my machine, and it was magic, and it all worked with Visual Studio. And it was so cool. And now I'm going to install .NET 9. Let's install .NET 9 together. Are you ready? It's all here. It's available.
Okay, so I love everything you said, but that's not magic. That sounds horrendous. What were you doing? So because it's not signed, it couldn't. What now? Whatever. I guess I'm gonna find out because you know what? I'm here for this, James. I'm downloading an installer right now. I'm waiting for collector.github.com.
Um,
I love
so
that you had to do an RC. Yeah, so I guess the big question is like the workloads, right? Because .NET is
yeah,
split from the workloads. So which workloads are compatible with? And you went for .NET 8 or because yeah, you haven't done 9 yet.
I did .NET 8 RC1, and well, that depends. It depends if the workloads were published for them. The one thing you need to do
Hmm.
is that also there's NuGet packages that sync up with these versions, right? So What that means is that the NuGet packages associated with RC2 now, in this case, are not published, or whatever version's on there, .NET 9, if you want to try it out, are
Yeah,
not published yet. So you have to get
I see.
a NuGet package source added that will give you the nightly builds of those NuGets that are required to run these things. Now, I'm assuming, though, that the I don't really know. That's the one thing about the workloads that I'm not positive about. Like the Maui team would have had to release .NET 9 workloads that are compatible with this into whatever the manifest thing is that gets it. Um,
Yeah,
but
that's the
yeah,
one thing I still don't understand about workloads is how they're tied to the runtime. Because, for instance, you upgraded your runtime to 8. That does
yeah.
not necessarily mean the libraries are incompatible. If the libraries, if no APIs were broken or anything, the libraries could work just fine under that new runtime.
Hmm.
But it all comes down to whether the workloads are tied to a specific runtime. I guess we're about to find out. Well, my internet's a little bit slow, but I soon plan to be a part of the .NET 9 world. What is that, like C# 30 or something? C# 12? Something like that. But you were doing all this for version 8, all
Yeah.
because they upgraded the Blazor stuff, which broke the Maui Blazor stuff. But you're saying after all of that, after all your reg edits, you actually did get it to work. You got your video made. You can go on vacation.
It's correct. It was nice because it was like the last video too, which means as long as I get this thing to work, then I don't care what happens to my machine. No, so out of the box, it was actually really easy to get this working. All I had to do was install it, get through all the Windows pop-ups like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And then I added the NuGet package source into Visual Studio. I could have done the command line. I could have done it, I guess, in some file. I just put it in Visual Studio because it's easier for me to manage. Like then I got to remove it from the thing, whatever, but it's there. Then it worked. However, the debugger doesn't work with unsigned,
That's what it
side-loaded
was.
versions of .NET. And for that, you need to do a few different things. There's like a project setting. There's some special setting in Visual Studio. And then there's also a reg edit that you can do. There's some doc on it. Dan just knew the URL immediately. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So that is one thing that you need to do. And I don't think it's on here. So it should probably be listed. I'm going to talk to someone about that. But
This sounds
after,
horrendous. Why are you living
yeah,
at the bleeding edge? You have to. You had to. You had to do it for
I
your
had
job.
to.
I get it, but boy, I hope no one has to do any of this. Don't do this, people. It's not worth it. This is insane.
Well, because normally what I do, right, is I wait for Visual Studio to update and then the latest versions come with it. So now with the latest version of Visual Studio 17.8, that comes automatically installed with .NET 8. You don't even it's just everything's .NET 8 automatically, no matter what. You know what I mean? But it's like preview 7. But in this case, I needed RC1 with my fix,
RC2.
right? I needed I
Okay.
needed,
Yeah.
yeah, or RC2 in this case, right? Whatever I needed.
Yeah.
I needed that version that's there. And
Well,
and it's this is what Hanselman, what I think was Hanselman, because he was talking about .NET open source, he would talk to be like, it's like cooking a steak, right? How well done or how rare do you want it? Well done is like it's in the box, right? It's the LTS
ah,
version, long-term support is installed with Visual Studio. You're going to get the monthly patches, blah, 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 right? You go down to a medium and like that's the preview bits that's shipping in Visual Studio, which is there, blah, blah, blah. We're on like the medium, we're on the medium rare, right? Because
well,
it's
yeah.
unsigned. The rare is like I downloaded the source code and compiled it myself and I have my own version of .NET. You know what I mean?
Well, it is the beta summer. I'm been using Xcode beta 4, and every time you try to add a file to the project, Xcode crashes.
Oh no.
It's fun. So I learned I go to Visual Studio Code, I create the file, go to Xcode and add the file because you can add files. You just can't create new ones. That makes it crash. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm getting a little bit tired of this. I'm going to update my Xcode because, it's beta 4. I think they're up to like beta 6 or 7 like that in the Xcode. So I go do that. I have terrible internet, James. I spend like half a day updating the Xcode, getting that all set. And then all of a sudden, I can't run any of the apps on my devices anymore because new Xcode puts a little something something into those executables
Oh
that the
no.
beta version of iOS 17, whatever we're up to, doesn't support. And so I had to update all my test devices up to iOS 17. And then I opened Visual Studio, and Visual Studio Stable says you need to download not one but two versions of the .NET SDK. And so, James, I find it hilarious that you chose today to be your crazy .NET AR release candidate today when I've just been updating every other thing too. But it's the beta summer. The Xcodes, at least it's smaller than Xcode. I've downloaded like 22 gigabytes of SDKs today.
Well, I think that that's one of the cool parts about it is like literally I went to go install this and I had everything up and running. Even though you said it sounded terrible, I had everything up and running in like 6 minutes. Like it was honestly
You
that
had a
quick.
pro helping you. If only we could all have a little angel over our shoulders.
Yeah.
James, can I share a little fun factoid with you?
Yes, you can. Go ahead.
I wrote a little command line thing, a little bit .NET info. I piped
Okay.
that over to grep, searching for /SDK, looking for lines that contain /SDK. Pipe that over to word count. Please count the number of lines -L. James, I have 51 SDKs installed on my computer of .NET. 51 .NET SDKs installed on my computer. What is wrong with me? What is going on in this world? I need to learn how to clean these things out. You know what? I like variety though. At least I have my choice. Do I want to use 7.0.1.101 or 7.0.306? I have a choice, you know?
So, how far back did it go? What's your so my latest version on this machine is preview 7 of .NET 8, even though on my other machine it's RC1. That's for sure, even though it's not out yet.
James,
What's your newest version? .NET
Oh,
9.
my newest version. I'm a little embarrassed. No. I would have sworn I would have had a .NET 8 on this machine. This is my main dev machine. I would have sworn I had an 8 on it. No. 7.0.307. That's
307? You're living in the ice
307.
age. I'm
And
at
that's not even
400.
true. All my projects are locked down to 7.0.101. And that's mostly because it's a number that I can remember. And you don't do 7.0.100 because, as everyone knows, you do the point 0.1 releases from Microsoft. So 7.0.101 is what I use for all my projects. Um, man, how long? You're just living the crazy Microsoft life running .NET 8. I'm happy I'm on
Uh,
.NET 7 right now.
so I mostly roll with the 7. What's your oldest version that you have?
Now we're talking. Now we're talking. I'm a little bit embarrassed, and I think that they changed how the SDKs were installed because I know I
Mm-hmm.
rocked the V1 series, but there aren't any here. No
You
V1s.
got a new machine.
2.0, 2.0.3 is what
Not
I got
bad.
here. Not bad.
Uh,
What do you got?
Not bad. I did have two. I uninstalled two. I think I uninstalled. No, I don't know if I used to. I think I might have used it in Azure Functions a long time ago. My oldest is 31426. So .NET Core 3.1.
It's so
Yeah,
modern.
new.
I got
I know.
2.0, 2.1, 2.2, 2.2. It's funny. No version 4 is there for some reason. Uh,
Oh,
no
what happened there?
eights.
Why isn't there a 4? Where'd the 4 go?
I think they skipped 4, so
They
we don't
did,
get
yeah.
it confused.
Yeah, with Framework 4. Yeah, that's
So
correct.
poor little people with our .nets. I think it was more of like a nougat bug. I think more than anything.
Oh, could have been.
So I'm trying to install .NET 9, and the first thing I get is it's not signed. So I gotta
Mhm.
go do the Mac thing
Do
of
that.
somehow give it permission.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it. There's got to be a wiki somewhere. I have you ready for this? The number of SDKs I have installed. Now,
I
mind
am
you,
excited.
I install like every preview of VS and all this other stuff. I'm like bleeding edge, right?
Yeah, I believe you.
Four, four versions.
How-
Because here's what
Do you
happens.
know how to uninstall them? I don't even know how to uninstall them. I think is the
So
problem.
here's the magic, Frank Kruger, is I use Visual Studio 2022 to manage my .NET SDKs. And how Visual Studio works is when you install a new update of Visual Studio, it will uninstall the older versions of that SDK for you. So as I'm updating, right, I have always the latest version, always the latest version. So like when I get the RC1, it'll just automatically uninstall Preview 7, right? Because Visual Studio's managing my SDK installation for me. It does it for it automatic. I don't know if that does it on the Mac. I think it just installs all of
Yeah.
them. But at least on Windows, it knows how to uninstall. Now in .NET 8, Frank Krueger, they did add a new, I believe it's a command line command called .NET Clean. I want to say .NET Clean.
Finally, okay, so everyone, I actually do know how to uninstall SDKs.
No, you don't, Frank.
I do. You
Lies.
can go to the directory and just hit delete. Turns out it works kind of just fine. Plus, if you go and Google for this, there's a script you could download called like .NET Clean or something like that. So I'm so happy it's finally built into the tool itself. It should have been built into the tool itself for a long time, but awesome, James,
Yeah. Well,
awesome.
.NET Clean. Man, okay, hold on. Maybe .NET Clean already had it. I swear that there's another one that they added in .NET 8. Because I don't see, because .NET Clean is like clean the
Yeah, that's
package.
different. Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
There's some command to do it. I swear that it's in there. Is it .NET Workload? There is .NET Workload uninstall. But that was in
Kind of
.NET
great.
6. I swear that there was something they added in .NET 8 SDK uninstall CLI. Let me see, because I don't know. I swear they added something. There is an uninstall tool, but I swear that there is something. I don't know. I swear it's in
Mm,
there.
yeah. Ah. Well, can I say that I am the proud runner of .NET version 9.0.100-alpha 1.23422.20?
So
That's just how I roll.
what'd you have to do to sideload it?
It's no big deal on Mac. Usually, if you go to your settings, privacy, and security, under the security, it just says, I'm sorry, first try to open, it's a dot package, it's a installer. First try to open
Hmm.
it, it yells at you. Then you go to your Mac settings, privacy and security, scroll down a little bit. There's a permission slip that you can give it. And then you go run it again. It asks for a few passwords. It gets installed. Bob's your uncle seems to be working fine because it's like the host running right now already. Um,
Okay.
I am noticing that my computer is in a slightly awkward state, although I don't have the .NET 8 SDK installed. I do unfortunately have the .NET 8 runtime installed. That's why my computer is very confusing. So I am rocking .NET 9 runtime environment, .NET 8 host environment, .NET 7 default SDK. Because you know what? I live dangerously with the version numbers.
Oh my goodness. I love it. That's great. I mean, that's one way to do it. So
No, it's not. No, no, I gotta go delete these. Stray. It's still unfortunate. I've never liked the whole runtime SDK split. I get it. Compilers are somewhat big, but I don't like that you can install the runtime separate from the SDK.
yeah.
It'd be nice if they were always just the same thing. And I often forget that they are separate things. So this is a little nice reminder to myself.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I'm proud of you. Are you ready to try out all the new sweet features in .NET? I don't know if there's anything in in .NET at all, but that'd be
Well,
wild if
no, there,
so.
there there is on .NET 8, and this is why I'm surprised that I didn't have it on this Mac, is because native AOT is supported on Mac officially with
Ooh,
.NET 8, and that's why I assumed, but I must have been working on my laptop because I know I was playing around with it.
got it. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, I do think this is a pretty neat, I know this isn't new. And so people are probably watching this podcast and like, James, like you just do this for, like you said, the last 5 years, but I never did it, but I needed to do it, and I think that this is the same thing where in .NET 8, specifically with .NET MAUI, the team is doing the same thing, but with NuGet packages for the feed, right? So they're going back to you can pin .NET MAUI, packages and PRs and things like that. So all the builds that are coming in, so you can basically get a nightly feed of .NET MAUI if you wanted to, which is kind of awesome in general. So you don't have to wait around every month for a new release of the workload to update automatically. You just pull in the
Mm-hmm.
NuGets and then you'll get everything associated with it, which I think is, I think that it is a better route for people that want to go on the cutting edge because, why wait around for a month, if you need to. Whereas like even though that being said, like with Xamarin Forms, they had a stable release every like 4 to 6 weeks, but they had a CI feed, right? So now you're getting
Mm-hmm.
back to the best of both worlds. And I feel like I now understand how to do that with not only .NET, but now obviously with .NET MAUI and these other frameworks. So now it's up to the workloads to install and go from there. So I'm excited because that means that I won't necessarily need to install crazy bits if like there's a fix in .NET MAUI or something like that. I don't think that's how the Blazor and ASP.NET Core work. I think those all ship with NuGets and things inside of the SDK, right? Because MAUI
Yeah.
is a workload, ASP.NET Core is an SDK,
Yeah. And
right?
well, Maui's an SDK also because you can put it at the top of the file and it brings in a lot
Mhm.
of things automatically. As SDK is a little bit of an overloaded term right now because we're talking about
I believe it
like
stands
the
for
.NET,
Software Development Kit, Frank.
which is a little bit broad, James. um, yeah, fine. It's all good. It's gonna work out in the end. I always say that with these SDKs and things like that. I do worry about my hard drive space. I don't know where these workloads live. I they're there. They're taking up room. Every so often, I just go randomly delete things. I went and deleted my NuGet central packages directory. That freed up a good 20 or 40 gigabytes of data, and I just download them all again. I do feel like a little bit of a pack rat with 51 SDKs installed. I need to get a clean in here, and if for no other reason than for my poor hard drive, it can get into shape.
Yeah.
But I do also like I have no need to chase the version dragon here. I don't mind being locked down to 7.0.101. But the truth is, I have projects that I create all throughout time, and I have projects that just recently I've upgraded from .NET 3 to
Hmm.
.NET 7 just because I haven't had to update the code, and so there was no reason to update the version number or anything like that. And so while it's fun that we're talking about all these modern versions and all that kind of stuff, um, .NET's in pretty great shape. It runs really well. Blazor bugs aside. So I just haven't been chasing the dragon that fast lately, to be honest.
Yeah. I just went through another big reason I've been catching stuff. Like I do like being on preview, but in previews there be bugs, right? And things happen. That's why they're there. That's why I need people to test it. But I did just recently use the .NET Upgrade Assistant. I just did a video on my YouTube channel. It'll be out by the time this podcast is out. And the .NET Upgrade Assistant supports all sorts of things, like you're saying, is like upgrading from 3 to 6 to 7 to whatever, and even Xamarin Forms to .NET MAUI. And I
Mm,
went through a start to finish, and I migrated an entire app from start to finish, all the dependencies, a bunch of stuff, including a toolkit and Xamarin Essentials and third-party libraries, custom things from start to finish in like under 30 minutes. Now, I'm not saying
cool.
it's going to be like as close to iCircuit 3D, you know what I mean, or whatever, but I was like, this is a relatively complex application, as complex as some of my other
Hmm.
apps. So I feel pretty good about this, you know what I mean? And it seemed to work. So I was pretty happy about that. And now I'll see how
Yeah.
my other apps do along the way. Because I did get a nasty gram from our good friends at Google that said, hey, you got to update your apps. In
Again,
fact, yeah, they said you got to update. It said
Google.
you won't be able to update your apps unless you target a new version of Android, and they're going to turn like I will be on holiday. I will not
Yeah.
be here, so I can't publish a new version of my app. But I don't need to publish a new version. At least it's not the nasty gram, which is we're going to take down your
Hmm.
app. This is the you can't
Right.
update your app. So that
Right.
is calling me that my holiday hack will be upgrading everything to .NET MAUI
No,
officially. It's
no
happening.
holiday hacks already. We're not that far along in the year yet, James. It's still summertime.
I know.
We're still beta summering over here. No holiday hacking just yet.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible. I need to. Thankfully, I've gotten a lot of my Androids under CI, but now I feel like I need CI for the CI to like update the versions and the SDKs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Ugh, ugh, yeah. Um. Anyway, are you doing an Android beta though? No, you're not doing any of that kind of stuff. You're just doing
No.
release versions, right? Yeah.
Release versions. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, everything else is
Yeah.
good. I think all my code is good. I think all my packages are good. I had some major changes to my billing library that I don't really want to update and use, but it works. It's fine. Yeah, they've made a lot of changes, and yeah, I think it's time for me to kind of do my migrations. I've done some already, but kind of make the
Yeah.
move. I could delay, but it's like, well, I might as well just go for it. But my problem is my apps are sort of built for the winter. You know what I mean? So that means that's when I get most of
Yeah.
my users, because my users are like the skiing
You
apps.
got to
And
work
then
on them
also,
now.
yeah. So that's sort of my problem that I have. So we'll see. I'll take it one step at a time in general. But there's a lot of new stuff. That's all I'm saying that's out there. But yeah, now time to install .NET 9. I think that's what we're going to call this
Well,
episode.
now that I have .NET 9, I can't wait till we talk about C# 12 next next episode.
Oh, man.
That's what I'm doing tonight. I'm just gonna like, ooh, what features are enabled here? Anything new? Anything fun I
Anything
can
new?
play with?
Hello. Yes. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this Week's Emerge Conflict. Thank you all for just being part of the community, being a viewer, a listener, a Patreon subscriber, a YouTube subscriber, anywhere you're at. We're going to put links to all that stuff in the show notes everywhere in general. If you want more goodies, we do have a Patreon feed. We have exclusive videos, and you get podcasts first, which is pretty rad if you want them. And then additionally, yeah, you can just follow us on your favorite podcast app, leave a review. You can leave comments on YouTube. We read them. We will read them back and sometimes comment on them, especially in our lightning topics as well. So we keep those around and keep those as active topics in our mind. Woof. But thank you for being here. And thank you, Frank, for being here. I appreciate it. So until next time, I'm James Montemagno.
And I'm Frank Kruger. Thanks for watching and listening.
Peace.